I want to introduce you to Cassius Price. Cassius, you tell me you're a diehard Trump supporter. You voted for him 3 times. Yesterday, we heard the president defend the ICE agent who shot and killed this 37-year-old woman.
Yes, sir.
Today, we heard the vice president defend that ICE agent. What is your message to President Trump right now?
My message to Trump is, let's go about it the right way. I know that we're trying to hit immigration and do the laws with that, but let's follow the laws, follow the Constitution. There's no rewriting that. This is America, this is our community, and they're coming in and they're not following the laws. They're going about it their own way. It's a tyrant. They're being tyrants right now.
So there's a few things that I want to break down in this video. So as stated in the video, he's a 3-time President Orange Man voter, but he's also wearing a BLM hoodie. Which honestly to me does not make any sense at all, because it sounds very contradictory to be in support of BLM but also voting for President Orange Man. That would be like kids voting in favor of Casey Anthony, sea animals for oil spills, and roosters and hens for Colonel Sanders. My question is, how is Cassius gonna vote in the midterms and in the 2028 election? Because if he's calling the methods of the very administration that he voted in tyrants, and claiming that they're doing many things unconstitutional, it makes me wonder if he'll actually flip his vote or if he's going to continue voting the same way in the future. Now, part of me is glad that he is speaking up about this, but at the same time, it makes me wonder if he's really only speaking about this because it happened pretty much in his own backyard.
Bro, this is something I don't understand by black folks who vote for Trump that are asking for control on ICE agents. Like, what type of indoctrination are y'all going through?
This is a sick Negro.
You're a walking contradiction, I swear to God. You're filed for this. It's a black cracker wearing a MAGA hat. Y'all are undefeated, I swear to God. I can't even hate on this because it's so funny. Pathetic, and he's a black man. Man, you think this is bad? Let me show you even something that's even so confusing. Now that Trump had already mentioned that he was going to go for Venezuela, he also mentioned he was going to go for Mexico, Colombia, Cuba, based on whatever they were doing. Look at this other coon that we found as well. Trump versus Mexico. She's from Mexico, but she's a Mexican for Trump. Talk about hating your own people, your own community, your own country. And if you look in the comment section, you're going to find more raccoons like her supporting Trump. These are Latinos for MAGA in the comments supporting this. God bless our president, Papi Trump.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
How do you even say that?
Violating my father's due process. They violated my father's due process rights, tainted the grand jury, and then lied through their teeth about it. Shut up and go mow your mom. Oh, I know, this isn't my normal content. That's the funniest shit I've...
And you can see right here, if the cop wasn't in front of the vehicle, then he wouldn't have been able to make this shot. There it is. It's pretty fucking obvious. Yep, it's pretty fucking obvious.
Rat fuck.
Asman Cuck. I swear to God, this guy can't stand on anything. I swear, every time when I see his videos, it just pisses me off. Half of the videos that he reacts to, you could clearly tell you're just saying stupid shit with no information or backing of what you're saying. I feel genuinely terrible for anyone who watches Asman Cuck, and ironically, and think, damn, this guy has some great points. He knows so much and knows exactly what he's talking about. I completely stopped watching Asman Cuck, stopped following him on all platforms. I don't support any of his businesses. He used to be cool when he started the gaming, but now that I see his character, I can't get behind him.
This is the most shocking video I have ever seen.
The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action. That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job.
I don't do this much anymore. If you're a Trump supporter, please stay for this and comment. I'm going to just say it exactly how it is. Our administration, just like, and think about the Germans back then, right? Our administration gives orders to an internal police who are not accountable as long as they follow the orders. So if a guy in an unmarked van pulls up in a mask and you resist and he kills you, he's fine. But if you are going to a camp that you cannot get out of, you're not in control, you cannot be contacted, and you are not given a trial, you just go. So there's one person in charge, the person at the top. They give the orders. They are the ones who decide what happens. If you follow the orders, you're fine. If you resist the orders, you are in danger. If you go with the orders, you're in a camp. is this starting to sound directly like something else? Do you see what I'm saying? Screw left and right. I'm not talking about that. I don't care. We're not talking about policy right now. We're talking about what's happening. We're talking about this. Just to be ultra clear, he is directly lying, JD Vance. He's saying something that is not true. Federal law enforcement has never had absolute immunity. Those are just words. Do you understand? Absolute immunity is just a word. What he's saying is, yes, the people that we give instructions to have no accountability. They will not get in trouble if they do what we tell them to do. Do you see? Like, that is completely insane. Completely insane. And puts everybody in danger.
As your neighbor Canadian, we want to see less of y'all talking about the problems and instead doing something about it. Someone's like, are you all mad enough yet?
The two greatest presidents of all time.
George Washington
and President Donald Trump.
What?
Now, prove me wrong.
Okay, Aaron, you are either posting this because you're trying to get more Red Hat bobbleheads to follow you or engage with you, or you are looking for people like me to stitch your video and prove you wrong. But I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to Uno reverse you, which was a very popular tactic Charlie Kirk often used, and I'm going to flip the question onto you. Prove to me that he is the greatest president of all time. No, really, prove it. You're getting on here as a blue-collar worker in Texas who paints houses. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Bragging that Donald Trump is the greatest president of all time along with George Washington. How are you substantiating this? How are any of you who get on here and say he's the greatest president of all time substantiating this? Nobody ever knows. Maybe you substantiate this in some of your other videos, so let's check.
Y'all think it's rough that President Trump is president? Guys, do you remember who he was running against? Kamala and Tampon Tim Waltz. Just imagine if those two would have won. We would have screwed. We would be screwed as a country. So you should be thanking God every single day that Trump is president. I do. I for sure do. Thank God.
And there it is again. Nothing. You guys don't even know why you love him anymore. You're like members of my family who didn't even go to the University of Georgia, but they are die-hard Bulldogs fans to the point where they've named their trucks UGA. Based on exit polling from the 2024 election, conservatives enthusiastically voted for Donald Trump for one of three reasons: a closed border, to make things cheaper, and to reduce government spending. For conversation's sake, let's give Donald Trump the closed border because DHS is reporting that there are 0 immigrants entering the country illegally right now, and we are doing hundreds of thousands of deportations. As a home painter in Texas, this might actually benefit you because I'm sure that there probably is undocumented immigrants working this job as well in the state of Texas. You could just go with that. But for the other things, he is failing miserably. We currently have one of the most significant transfers of wealth in the history of our country happening in front of our eyes. The reports released by this administration are literally saying that rich people are keeping the economy afloat right now. So why are you as a blue-collar painter celebrating rich people getting rich? Why are you as a Texan celebrating the fact that you are in the top 5 of the worst healthcare premium spikes that are going to happen with the ACA credits expiring? Why is he the greatest president of all time? None of you have an answer to this. You know why? Because you don't even know yourself. You just see people around you facing hardships who you think you are better than. Just start saying he's the greatest president of all time because he's getting rid of people who do not look like you.
Bro, we know what it is. It's because they don't like the competition. They don't like seeing immigrants doing better than they are. That's why when shit happens to MAGA folks, they're always like, I didn't expect this to happen to me. They were expecting this to happen to people who they were envious of. If we had Kamala and Waltz, we wouldn't have these high prices for goods because of the tariffs, and health insurance subsidies would still be available. The only worse president than Donald Trump is Donald Trump. He's the 2 worst president in US history and among the biggest disasters in world history. Golly, y'all are cooking, but I like it. I like it, the sizzling. Hands down the worst president ever. He ain't lying. These people treat politics like they do sports teams. No matter how poorly their party is doing, they'll always support them because that's their team. No other reason. Let's start asking the America First crowd, what does the US get out of this Venezuela situation? Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are with everything that we've seen today. I'd love to hear what your comments are, so leave it down below. If it's your first time to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It always helps a small channel like mine. Also, check out this video. I'm sure you're definitely going to enjoy it, but nevertheless, I will see you guys when I see you. Peace.